Y'all in luck. That trimmed my speech down about by 20 minutes. So let me see if I can find it. I can strike that off the list. Strike that off the list. I can strike that off the list. And that. I've got it whittled down to this amount right here. I trust you all agree that Layne and Alex make quite a pair. Now I've got to pause for a few seconds to get my glasses on. Oh, they're over here. By the way, a brief side note. Lindsay, where are you? Huh? I'm at Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. You came by our house a few weeks back, and you said I would not be able to do this. And in addition to you, Tommy and Jean said I would not be able to do this. And Buffy said I would not be able to do this. You're all going down. Here we go. I'm sorry. Presumably like Alex, I was not allowed to see that portrait back there until today. All I had been told was that Layne looked stunning and breathtaking, and I was not lied to. Okay, as a child, a little known fact about Layne, many of you may not be aware of, she always had a love for animals. This is evidenced by her many pets, which include Lucky, Star, Shadow and Meadow, Bailey. I still got it. If I could remember the names of 200 Beanie Babies, we'd be here all night. That's my best line of this whole speech, right there. I remember now that you mentioned it. Layne loved her Disney movies. And maybe that's why she loved animals so much. The Jungle Book was one of her favorite movies when she was 2 or 3 years old. And maybe that gave her her love for animals. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. One scene from Jungle Book, she would leave the room and go get in the closet. And because she's fixing to hear boom. You remember that? Another of her favorite Disney movies was Snow White. Layne and I played Snow White a few times. I portrayed both the Wicked Queen and the Prince. Well, it was just the two of us. What was my alternative? She, of course, was Snow White. I, as the Wicked Queen, but disguised as a hag, would give Layne an apple. She would take a bite of that apple and boom, hit the floor. Then I, as the prince, would go and give her a kiss and she'd wake right up. From then on, I was her Prince Charming until April of 2016. That's when Layne flew to California to celebrate her friend Christy's engagement to Andrew. As it was pointed out yesterday, it's their fault. Unbeknownst to us, Andrew also invited some friends, one of whom was Alex. As they say, the rest is history. Alex apparently flew to Wilmington a few times, and Layne flew down up to Indiana a few times. This apparently went, yeah, okay, I got that covered. We finally got to meet Alex in November of 2016. So Alex, you are her Prince Charming now and forevermore, but please know, she'll always be my princess. Doggone it! I'm not done. So let's raise a glass to Layne and Alex. May your marriage be filled with more love than you can ever imagine, more laughter than a lifetime can hold, and a happily ever after that Disney will one day want to make movies about. Layne and Alex.
Sorry. All right. For those of you who don't know, I am Ashley Gray, and I am privileged to be Layne's maid of honor. Layne and I met in 7th grade on the very first day of new middle school, and I can remember going home to my mom and telling her that I had met this cool girl that I wanted to be my friend, and she wore these Old Navy flip-flops. So I needed these Old Navy flip-flops as soon as possible. Well, if you know my mother, and some of you do, I didn't get those Old Navy flip-flops, but what I did get was my very best friend. We've had a lot of adventures since 13, from high school parties to college parties, cruising the Caribbean and experiencing Vegas, getting our careers started, and planning our futures. Little did we know that Layne's greatest adventure would start on that April day in Santa Monica, eating, excuse my language, but shitty Mexican food on the pier. But we met Alex for the first time that day together. I've been blessed to be a part of some of your best memories together, which have taken us to a NASCAR race and shooting guns in the middle of nowhere, which ultimately was me complaining and sweating the whole time. But in all seriousness, I'm so thankful for both of your friendships. And I can't wait to watch your love grow for the rest of your lives. So, raise your glass to Layne and Alex. I hope you both always remember how you feel today and for the rest of your lives, and also for the fact that you're stuck with me forever. Cheers.
If you haven't met me, I'm Dominic. I'm Alex's best man. I met him in college, but in those few short years, we became really close friends. I want to tell a couple stories about Alex and then introduce Layne to the story, and then hopefully that'll put together why I think this is probably the most perfect couple I've ever met and why I know they're going to be perfect together. So I met Alex sophomore year of college. It was fluid dynamics with Professor Luke. It's funny with engineering that every class, even in your senior year, they tell you this is a weed out course. But I was pretty sure after that class, that first day, I was like, well, this is the end of the road for me. And so the class ended, and I kind of like look around. I'm trying to see if anyone else looked as lost as I did. And Alex is sitting right behind me, Alex and Landon. And Alex is wearing his famous T-shirt, the bodybuilding.com T-shirt that I'm pretty sure he has like 7 of that he just wears every day. And I think our discussion went something like, hey, bro, you want to go work out? Catch a pump. And we did. And then from then on out, we were best friends. All right. Tight. All right. We got this. All right. So then we took thermodynamics together. Don't remember that teacher's name. But we were talking about relevant topics, trucks, girls, per usual. And I think the question I think Landon was there again. And the question got brought up, like, what kind of girls are you into? What do you like? And I think I answered first. I was like, pretty ones. And then that was all I had. That was just the one-liner. And then Alex had his list of specifications, but oh man, it was like, pretty, smart. But what I remember the most, like I'll never forget it, he said, she has to have a southern accent. And I remember it, like, all right, take a break. I'm gonna speed this up. And then it's going well. And then I'm Raymond, sorry. So from there on out, so that was Alex, I knew Alex. So then Alex was living in Indiana, I was living in Wisconsin, and we were gonna go July 4th. I missed the Cali trip. I didn't get invited to that. But I got invited to July 4th, so we were heading to Wilmington to meet Layne and everybody. And side note, me and Alex talk on the phone every day, not on business hours, but I call him every day. And I remember after he went to Cali, like all he would talk about was Layne. I was still upset that I didn't go to California. But so Alex was supposed to pick me up. My flight got canceled, so he had to drive through the night from Indiana. I flew from Wisconsin to Raleigh. And I remember we got to Wilmington, like we were both like drop dead tired. Like he had to drive through the night. I slept in O'Hare. And so it's first time meeting Layne. And she opens the door, and obviously, like everyone knows, she's drop dead gorgeous, stunning. But what I remember the most was hungry, like always. And she said, I just remember like the sweet accent just saying, hey, y'all, come inside. I made some barbecue chicken sandwiches. And from then on out, like I was sold. That was it. Like I was like, man. And I remember like thinking I was like, this guy's crazy. He's got this list of people like this, all these things. You're not gonna find that. And then I remember thinking to myself, I was like, damn, this dude found it. Like he found it. So for all the single guys, get to the drawing board. No, but then I also think too, like even though Alex knew what he wanted, like he never could have imagined meeting someone like her, like because I think his list he left out classy, elegant, comfort. I think every time you step in a room with Layne, you're just automatically like, you're in a good spot. So I think you found the girl of your dreams and some, and I hope that I know y'all are gonna be great, and I'm gonna make sure of that. So. All right. Love you, dude. Parking lot party later. Love y'all. I love y'all so much.